if I had listened to my father, if I had listened to my mother, if I had listened to my guidance counselor who said none of you will be dentists, none of you will be lawyers, none of you will be doctors, I wouldn't be sitting in the happiness that I have right now. When I was in my third year at U of T, I developed an itch. And that itch was to make a change. And how that change began was I went back to my scholarship. I went back to CIBC, who funded me, and I said, I like your program, but I feel like it has more to offer that we can offer. So in working with my mentor, we approached them and we developed a proposal to make a better program on what was already an amazing program. And although that hasn't happened, what did come out of that was I was noticed for caring about the future of their program, and they then gave me the opportunity to speak to their next cohort of grade 10 scholarship recipients. And that speech has furthered all the opportunities that I've had today. How that developed further was that I was in my third year. I had 1 year left of my scholarship. I was still working for YMCA and I enjoyed everything that I was doing, but I wanted to try something new. And I was sitting down one day and I thought, you know, YMCA has a lot of programs that are geared towards youth. Why don't I tap into those? And I asked, I said, would I be able to do my internship this year with the Youth Leadership Development Group? And they said, yeah, let's look at that, let's look at that. And it took a turn that I didn't expect it. The group that needed more support was the Newcomer Youth Leadership Development Group at a location in Toronto that I had never been. I was commuting every day to a new neighborhood where I didn't know anything around there, I didn't know the people there. But through that experience and working with NYLD, it confirmed for me what I had known in my heart, that this was where I needed to be, and it was through gentle encouragement of asking questions, of receiving feedback from the youth, receiving feedback from my supervisors, that I decided that I did need to make that change. What happened was, after that summer of working with newcomer youth, going on outings, exploring Toronto, doing facilitation workshops, I started to go through personal problems at the same time. I was being threatened with losing my home. I was in and out of court trying to fight it, and my energy was dwindling. And I was lucky. I had one friend who was involved in a service called Loft who said, I can get you help. I can help you. And I accepted that help. And I met my case manager, and right away she told me, I want you to become a peer worker. And I thought, what's that? What's a peer worker? And that's very intimidating. Who am I that I can be talking to other people my age about things that I've gone through? I don't know. It was a huge question mark for me. Like, was I ready to pursue that, or was that something I would be good at? But she noticed that in me right away, and as we started working through my problems, as I became more comfortable, more confident with myself and moving forward from what had happened in September of my fourth year, the position opened up and she said, apply. I want you to apply. And I thought to myself, I should apply because this person believes in me and they think this is something I would be genuinely good at, and they think that I have something to offer. I now am a peer worker with Loft. I was offered my contract again with NYLD. I will be starting to work at Sketch coming up, and if you asked me 6 months ago if I would be doing those things, if I would be content with what I was doing, if I feel like I don't have to move fast, that I have the time to explore, and I should be exploring, because the field of community services is large. There's a lot of areas that I don't know about that I really want to explore before I settle in, if I even decide to settle in. But it's felt good so far, and there's been positive feedback, so I want to stay on that path. So in looking back, I've remembered always that I have to be grateful for my experience, even if it was hard, even if it got me on my knees, even if I had to throw myself on the ground because I was so frustrated. and I didn't know how to look up and look to the people who were still believing in me at that time. I learned to be grateful then, and that attitude has continued to help me in my exploration, because in being grateful and telling someone thank you for helping me, or thank you for opening up my world, it's just everything else changes after that.